Hi. So, today we're talking about rhetorical devices, ethos, pathos, and logos. So, rhetoric or rhetorical devices are methods of persuasion that we use to persuade somebody or to convince somebody that the way we see things are correct. You use this like in school and college when you're writing essays or preparing speeches, and in real life, you use it when you're arguing with somebody, when you're trying to get somebody else to see things your way, even if it's not like necessarily an argument, kind of like a debate. When you're trying to get a promotion at work, or when you're trying to get your parents to understand your dope teenage point of view and reasons that they should do X, Y, and Z, like let you get a job, buy you a car, let you upgrade your cell phone. So, ethos is a method of rhetoric, is when you're trying to convince somebody that using your reputable personality and your highly renowned character, that they should believe you. So when you think of ethos, you should think ethics. Ethos, ethics. They both start with E's. Some of the quick words to remember ethos are it's an ethical choice. You use moral character, you use credibility, you use trust, and a person is relevant or knowledgeable. So that's like a doctor or a celebrity, a politician, an attorney, an author, an expert. So an example of ethos is you guys writing your argument essays, your literary analysis, when you were the expert of The Wife of Bath's Tale and you were using textual evidence to make me trust your opinion. You were using Chaucer's very words in your analysis, and I was like, they seem pretty trustworthy. Ooh, they're relevant. They're logical. I believe them. Another example is when like the president is giving a speech that we're like, he's the president. He knows what he's talking about. For a doctor, that's like if a doctor is presenting information to people, we're like, oh, wow, well, he says that the coronavirus needs us to stay at home for 30 days. That must be true because he's a doctor. It's like you trust them because who they are is so important and so relevant and so ethical. Their credibility is sound, so we must believe what they say. Pathos is when you try to persuade somebody by appealing to their emotions or tugging at their heartstrings. So pathos, think pity pathos, pitiful pathos, right? So that's emotions and feelings like boo-hoo, pity pathos. I keep saying pathos. And usually I say ethos, pathos logo, but it is pathos. And when I say pathos, it sounds so weird because I'm always used to pronouncing it pathos, which is technically incorrect. If you say it pathos, I won't judge you. It's all right. An example we've seen using pathos is King Henry's love letters to Anne Boleyn. He was trying to convince her with all the emotion and feelings. You will be my only mistress. I will love you forever. All that. That was him trying to use feelings and emotion. The next one is logos. Logos attempts to persuade readers by logically making sense and backing it up with reasoning that is typically factual. So logos equals logic. Logos, logic. It's logical, it's reasonable, there's facts, percents, data, charts, statistics, and case studies. An example of this one, we haven't done too much stuff that has like lots of logos in it, but one that we're doing is In May, we're writing about technology and social media and addiction to smartphones and stuff like that. And they're using percentages and charts and data. And the author is using all those numbers to make us logically think about the material that they're presenting. So, if you put them all together, here's a little visual. Remember, ethos, ethic, and that's them using credibility. Pathos, pity pathos, and that's using the emotions. And then logos is logic, which is numbers, percents, facts, and data. So in real life, like besides essays and speeches, like when could you possibly see this for real, for real? So ethos, an example is when they're talking about the COVID-19 press conferences. They have the US Surgeon General, and he's talking about like how important social distancing is. We are supposed to trust him because he is credible. He is like the nation's doctor. So we're like, whoa, if he's saying this, it must be true. An example of pathos, like those Feed the Children's commercials, when there's like all those poor African kids starving, and they're like, $1 a day can save this young child. Or the ones with the dogs, and it's like, in the arms of an angel. And like the dogs are all beaten, and the cat has like one ear and a missing tail, and they're telling us to donate to these poor abused animals. That is pathos. We're like, oh my God, this poor animal. So we're expected to feel sad, which is our emotions. That's why it's pathos. And then we donate like, I would love to save that kid, or I would love to save that animal. Logos, the one that I most can connect to is like when you see a commercial for AT&T and Verizon or T-Mobile or something, and they're like, switch to Verizon because we have 78% more 5G towers across the whole world, and our data loads faster than anybody else's. We're like, wow, 78% faster? That's data. So we're persuaded to go with them because the numbers and the facts that they've shown prove that it's a logical reason to switch, right? It could also be with like a teeth whitening toothpaste. Get your teeth shaded, or get your teeth shaded. Get your teeth 5 shades whiter in 50% less time. We're like, oh wow, my teeth are going to be 5 times whiter in half the time. Or something that's like only 13 calories. Wow, that's great. That's 10 times less calories than the leading brand. All of that is like facts and numbers, percentages, data to back up what we think. And here is a little video. Oh, just kidding. It's a little video that won't play on my video of a video. It's probably some weird like copyright stuff. If you go to the main Prezi, it'll be there for you. It's just the ethos, pathos, logos, basically everything that I said that you probably don't even need to see again. Ooh. And that's it. Yay! Do your classwork. See you later. I miss you.